It's over. We had initially planned to travel for 2 years, and now we're going back home after 1.5 years. I thought I could sit down and talk about why we're ending this trip early. If you have ever traveled for a longer amount of time, let's say more than a month, you will probably have noticed that traveling is quite exhausting. And I don't just mean the obvious things like spending time on buses and trains and flights and the awful hotels. I'm also talking about just taking everything in, being confronted with a new environment and new experiences every couple of days. When we started this trip, we traveled for, I'm gonna say, a full year without ever really being tired of traveling. We managed pretty well to take regular breaks and we traveled very slowly overall. And that system worked perfectly for our whole time in South and North America. But then came Australia. Australia was not the best experience for us in so many ways. And this was more than a year into the trip when we first started to experience homesickness, when we really longed for the safety and comfort of Germany. We eventually decided to move on from Australia. We went to Bali, kind of recovered from the whole thing, and went on to explore Indonesia and Malaysia. To be honest, we felt way better than during our time in Australia. However, things were not as exciting as they used to be. Maybe one reason for that being that we had been to Asia many times before, but also we just felt not as motivated to go out and experience things anymore. But then we went to Korea and we were so excited. We had really wanted to go. The country was so amazing and we really enjoyed all of the sights and just had a really good time. I guess this was really the moment where we realized that we are tired of traveling. Here we were in the coolest place, a place that was very interesting and new to us, and yet we had to actually push ourselves to leave the hotel. That was when we decided that Thailand would be our last country on this world trip. You know what? I think for my next point, we need to get Nico because this is very much his area of expertise. So I wanted to tell everyone about how annoying everything is.
What topic should we talk about? Airbnbs.
Yeah, Airbnbs.
Okay, we like Airbnbs because of the kitchens. Most of the time, the kitchens are not really good. We always have to ask for the equipment. Sometimes there's a pan missing.
Yeah.
There's a pot missing, there is bad knives, they're not sharp enough, and there are a lot of struggles when you travel around the world and you always go from one Airbnb to another Airbnb and you kind of get tired of always asking about stuff that is missing. Yeah, we like to cook, so we always look out for fresh food.
And that's always a new shop every time.
Yeah. It's always a new shop.
What to expect, you can never grocery plan or...
Yeah.
Like you'll just be there and not know where to find things.
And the planning also depends on what you have in the kitchen, what equipment you have in the kitchen. So if you don't have a pan, you can't make pancakes. So it's...
And I feel like in the beginning of the trip, we were very much ready to try to work with what we got, and it just got more annoying over time, having to do it every single week. And I remember this one Airbnb in Korea, which was so pretty. It was so pretty.
Which was very nice, yes.
It had such a beautiful kitchen.
I thought the kitchen was like every regular Airbnb kitchen with just 2 cooking stoves, fields. And yeah, they basically told us, we have a kitchen, but you're not really allowed to cook here. We just ate ramen, which is also smelly, I think.
But I mean, on Airbnb it said fully equipped kitchen.
Yeah.
Like I remember that very clearly. And when we asked for cooking equipment, they were like, well, you're not supposed to cook. Okay. Yeah, and another thing from the stuff that's annoying to us, I think it's like luggage, it just got more and more over time. Some people reduced their stuff, we very much did not. And Nico is the one who has always needed to carry all of the
heavy stuff.
All of the heavy stuff, all of the tech,
Yeah.
which has expanded. I have bought some clothes, not gonna lie.
Yes, I mean, you have to buy clothes. That's you wear them every day, and you have to wash them every week, and there's not much variety, so and you can't even choose where to wash them, so sometimes you have to give them to a washing place, and
they destroy stuff and it just fades like the sun. It's just very hard on fabric, I feel like.
Or sometimes they lose stuff.
Yeah, they lose stuff. So yeah, you have to buy more stuff. And just, I don't know, the whole packing and lugging around your suitcase, I feel like it got so annoying over time as well. We're kind of totally aware that this sounds very first world problem-ish.
After 1.5 years, it's kind of, yeah, we crave the
comfort of our own place with a kitchen and the refrigerator and
cook some other stuff with more variety.
Cook something that is not rice, beans and vegetables, and you know, have your own closet with your clothes in, and
don't forget to subscribe.
Out of the points that I wanted to talk about today, I think this one might be the most pressing. The one thing that we can really not ignore, and that's of course money. As you probably know, we have been very open about the cost of this trip, both here on YouTube, but especially also over on Instagram, where we share our costs about every other week. What can I say? It's a lot. We have spent so much money on this trip already, more than 75k. And actually, we're gonna do a big breakdown of all of the costs. So if you're interested, there is a subscribe button somewhere down here. We actually spent way more than we had originally planned, but we also visited a couple really expensive countries, and we definitely enjoyed our time and we did all of the things that we wanted to do, so we have no regrets about the money being gone. But the sad reality is that we don't have much money left. We do still have some money in our retirement savings, and we also still have a buffer for the first couple weeks of going back, but the budget that we had allocated for the trip is gone. Maybe, you know, we could have stretched it a little longer in Southeast Asia especially, but I think we're just not these kinds of people. Talking about money makes me kind of sad, but my last and ultimately most important point is even sadder. There is this famous study from Harvard University where researchers are accompanying people through their whole lives. They look at what actually makes people happy. According to this study, the number one thing that makes people happy and that leads to a good and even longer life are relationships. And that's not just a relationship that you have to your significant other, but to all of the people around you, your family, your friends, but also colleagues and acquaintances. And in the study, they also talk about how important it is to maintain these relationships, how that actually requires more than anything else time. Time spent together is the most important factor in establishing and strengthening a relationship. That is, by the way, the reason why it is so easy to make friends for life during school or university. And if there is one thing that is really, really hard on a world trip, it is, at least for us, missing your friends and family back home. And yes, there is WhatsApp, there is Skype, whatever. It's not the same thing. It's just not the same thing. Even if you manage to do all the calls and the digital meetups and the messages, it'll just be never as valuable as meeting up in person and actually making new memories together. Well, maybe I don't need to tell you about this because we have all experienced it during the pandemic. For sure, the number one reason we are we're looking forward to going home is seeing our families and friends again for the first time in more than 1.5 years. I guess it goes without saying that this is not the end of our travels, and it's also not the end of us making videos, but it's the end of one very exciting chapter in our lives. If you like this video, you might want to check out this one too, where we sort of share our thoughts about trying to live a full life and trying to do it all, and we'll see you real soon.